Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your man, Ole Man Winter, back once again with a new episode of No Holds Barred. You know, the uncut, uncensored, rough, rugged, and raw show where we tell it like it is and we feel what we motherfucking say. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't bullshitting, we ain't pulling no punches. We here to do our thing and talk our motherfucking shit, you know. So today's topic of discussion, we're gonna talk about we're talking about the old Ahmaud Arbery case. It's been a new development and it's pretty promising. I'm just gonna say this for this particular case, it's been going all aces, and other than the length of time that they're taking to actually bring this shit to trial. But as far as the moves is being made in this case, it's really no complaints a motherfucker really can have and shit so far. And the new wrinkle is that they've actually brought charges against that corrupt prosecutor that initially got the case and instructed the police not to arrest these clowns. um Basically was obstructing justice, just doing all type of monkey wrenches, trying to do all type of little slick shit, and the shit then caught up with it, and they done actually brought charges up against this bitch, which is completely fucking surprising. Normally in the system of white supremacy, they aren't gonna do anything that's not just completely necessary to be done, especially when it comes to justice for black folks. The way this case is going right here, this is the way justice is supposed to look all across the board. And this shit is supposed to be business as usual, really. This shit, instead of this being an exception, which it definitely is, this whole case is an extreme exception. It should be the fucking rule. This should be the standard of justice that we all live by, no matter your race, creed, or color in this damn country as United States of America citizens and shit. We all should have rights to equal justice under the law. And as black folks, we all know that we've been deprived of equal justice for hundreds of years now, and shit ain't no better now than it was during slavery, since we released slavery or any of that shit. And don't let none of these coons or none of these broken bitch made niggas tell you no different. Don't let none of these Larry Elders and Candace Owens and all these old piece of shit ass coons tell you nothing different. It ain't nothing that changed. The only thing that changed is the date on the motherfucking calendar and shit, and the advancements of fucking society. But at the end of the day, black people are still in the same position they were in there. Then we were at the bottom of the social pecking order. Back then, we had the least amount of wealth in this country. Back then, and we're boom in the same position right now. It's nothing different. We're lower on the pecking order on a social economic basis in this damn country. We don't even have to get into the damn racial wealth gap and all of that shit, but it goes without saying that by we had the least amount of money by far in this damn country. And don't let nobody tell you no different on that shit neither, because those are all proven objective facts. You know what I'm saying? Now we work, we work with the little we got, as we always had throughout these hundreds of years of subjugation we've experienced. We've always taken lemons and made lemonade. That's just what black folks do, you know what I'm saying? But it don't change the fact that we haven't had an equal distribution of justice, wealth, or anything else in this damn country. And looking at this case, like I say, it's nothing I can, look at and criticize or say anything wrong with it. because, this is what justice looks like when it's done right, you know. Even going to this guy, the third guy, when you had the first two guys, perpetrate the crime, and the third guy tried to come get away on some old I was trying to help or some shit like that, some bullshit ass shit he thought he was gonna be able to get away with, just weasel out of his involvement. No, they slapped his ass down with charges too and shit, and he facing murder charges as well. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, we have seen this shit time and time again. They'll give one of these motherfuckers, they'll give one of these white supremacists the benefit of the doubt. If it's any room for anything, they giving it to him. But in this case, they ain't giving that extra motherfucker that was chasing them down in the truck no benefit of the doubt. And obviously they ain't giving this corrupt ass prosecutor the benefit of the doubt either. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, they done, actually indicted her, which like I say is a bombshell just from a justice standpoint. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because they just don't do shit like that. They don't go after the prosecutors for their motherfucking misconduct. Even if it's blatant and they let a motherfucker know or it's obvious or whatever the fuck it is, they don't do it. You know? But I'm a play excerpt from a news report, further speaking upon this topic. Give me 1 second.
Of murder and now accusations of a cover-up. Tonight, a major development related to the murder case against 3 white men charged with killing a black man, Ahmaud Arbery, while he was jogging last year in Brunswick.
Well, today a grand jury indicted the now former prosecutor in Brunswick, accusing her of not fulfilling her duty to arrest and charge the 3 suspects right away. She has denied any wrongdoing. John Sherrick is on that story for us tonight.
It was the video that outraged the nation, showing Ahmaud Arbery, who is black, shot to death while jogging in Brunswick, leading to murder charges against 3 white men who are scheduled to go on trial next month. But investigators, including then Brunswick DA Jackie Johnson, had that video months before it surfaced publicly. Why didn't she prosecute then? Now she's in trouble. A Glynn County grand jury just indicted Johnson for felony violation of oath of office. And also for a misdemeanor, she's accused of ordering police not to arrest the suspected triggerman, Travis McMichael, who is the son of Greg McMichael, a longtime employee of the DA's office.
Now, you see the obstruction of this bitch, the way she was interfering in the case and shit like that. She ain't supposed to be telling no goddamn police who to arrest and what the fuck and getting all involved in no shit. But these motherfuckers was all clicked in together and she was trying to look out for these motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? But now look at what the shit that got this bitch in return, you know what I'm saying, for pulling these little fugazi ass motherfucking moves and shit behind the motherfucking scenes. But it gets worse. They own this bitch heels, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, in this case, it really ain't no complaints about no shit because they are thinking even every move that a motherfucker making, they looking at the shit and examining the shit for real. They ain't like just glossing over, like I said, giving the motherfucker the benefit of the doubt and shit. They're examining every move a motherfucker making it, and they'll explain some of this other shit later. And most of the time, motherfuckers will just overlook certain shit, but they own all the shit.
It is not her job to tell them what to do or what not to do.
Atlanta attorney and 11 Alive legal analyst Paige Pate says the indictment also accuses Johnson of breaking the law in the way that she then got the case transferred to another DA.
And that's what I'm talking about, this right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to sit back and connect the dots to put this shit together right here, what they're about to talk about and shit. But they own this shit, you know what I'm saying? Normally, they just sweep this type of shit under the rug, and it'll easily be swept up under the motherfucking rug. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go no further than even the Breonna Taylor case with that coon-ass prosecutor over there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, this is the beginning of, you know what I'm saying, of reoccurring events, and this sets a damn precedent because I feel like just as much of wrongdoing that this prosecutor did, The Breonna Taylor case with that legendary coon over there that was on all type of bullshit, lying about the motherfucking the grand jury and shit, and the evidence presented to the grand jury and the options presented to the grand jury and all the shit he did. That motherfucker should have been brought up on charges too. And it's not too fucking late. So hopefully this starts setting a precedent, and this shit sends a message out here to all these corrupt ass prosecutors that motherfuckers can get on your heels too. But we don't need no one, you know what I'm saying, one unusual situation. This shit has to snowball. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start with taking the first step on any fucking journey. So like I say, I commend the way they're handling this case, the way they're even looking and connecting the dots and get into shit where you could have gave a motherfucker the benefit of the doubt on some shit, but you ain't. You looking at every aspect of some shit and connecting all the dots and saying, nah, this motherfucker was wrong. The motherfucker was plotting. The motherfucker was making certain little moves to try to, you know what I'm saying, take advantage of shit and put motherfuckers in advantageous positions. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to connect them dots. They could have played dumb. You know what I'm saying? The number one rule of white supremacy is to play fucking dumb. They could have played dumb to everything this bitch doing, just like they've been playing dumb about that coon in the Breonna Taylor case and not doing shit about him. But let me let it ride. Let me let it continue.
Case transferred to another DA, Waycross DA George Barnhill. Barnhill had already concluded that the suspects had acted in self-defense and he did not intend to prosecute them.
I think it was clear that she did want to keep the McMichaels from being charged, and that by directing it to a DA who she thought would basically share the same idea as she had about the case would keep them from getting charged.
Johnson emailed us last year, calling.
Now you see this slick bitch, and you see how I'm glad they connected the dots. Some shit that we knew that's what she was on. But, you know, like I say, the system of white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, play dumb at all times, circle the wagon, never, you know what I'm saying, never turn on your own and all that bullshit. They done thrown all that out the window for this shit. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing. Now, what happens at the trials is a different story, you know what I'm saying? This is just an indictment. I'm going to play another video for you, too, with a mama or the auntie, I'm not sure, a family member of Ahmaud, you know what I'm saying, even acknowledge, like, you know, this is just, you know, just being grounded, saying, you know, this is just an indictment, you know what I'm saying? But like I say about the first step, you know what I'm saying, you got to take, in order to go on any journey, you got to take that first motherfucking step. And this step right here haven't been taken in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying, and where the shit would have been justified to take. You know what I'm saying? Prosecutors do behave. They participate in misconduct and corrupt behavior all the fucking time because nobody fucks with them. They're damn near untouchable and shit. But nah, this bitch is getting touched. And I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, this needs to set a precedence and let it be a lesson learned to prosecutors throughout the motherfucking nation.
Calling it all false accusations to make excuses and ignore the problems at the Glynn County Police Department. We were not able to reach her for comment on the indictment against her.
For more information on this case against Johnson and the men accused of...
Okay. And again, doctrine of fair use is in full effect, you know what I'm saying, for using this information. So we're going to move on to this other reporting because they got some, they have some commentary from some of the family members that I want the family that, you know what I'm saying, you all to hear.
A former Georgia district attorney now formally facing charges for how she handled the investigation surrounding the deadly shooting of Ahmaud Arbery in Brunswick. Jackie Johnson is now charged after allegedly showing favor and affection to Greg McMichael, one of the men accused of murder in Arbery's death.
Georgia's Attorney General announced the indictment today accusing former prosecutor Jackie Johnson of obstruction and violating her oath of office. There are only 3 pages to this form filed in Glynn County Superior Court and released today. Jackie Johnson was strongly criticized over how she handled the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. The 25-year-old was shot to death while jogging near Brunswick about a year and a half ago.
When I received the news, I was at work. I was very overjoyed because this is a step closer to justice for Ahmaud. It's not a conviction, but an indictment is going in the right direction.
Arbery's.
You see how I said, they were being grounded, at least, not going overboard with no shit, because again, we still are dealing with this system of white supremacy. The trial still hasn't taken place. We still know that these motherfuckers end up pulling a whoop-de-whoop at any motherfucking point in time. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody recognizes, everybody's all hands on deck. Everybody got their head on the swivel right now and saying, okay, that's cool, but we ain't about to jump for joy till we start seeing what type of time these motherfuckers gonna give. So we see what happens at these motherfucking trials. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good way to approach this shit. Don't get overjoyed and overexcited about none of this shit. You sit back and take it as it comes. You know what I'm saying? And accept our victories where we can get them. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Just, look at this shit from a grounded perspective, just like the family is right now.
Family called for justice in the weeks after the killing, and eventually these three men were arrested and charged. But the indictment.
And the family fueled all this. I commend them too. You know what I'm saying? Originally, this shit was handled, just remembering back to the details of this case. Originally, this case was handled fucked up because of that prosecutor, where they wouldn't take any action on the motherfucking case. And the family had to basically, blast this shit, to the top of their lungs on all type of media and everything like that to get motherfuckers' attention and shit. They get attention brought to this damn case. And that's what blew this shit wide open. So kudos to the family for being on this shit for day one, seeking justice for their fucking family member. Because, some of it, there's a lot of people, sell motherfuckers out. They're, turn the other head, they head. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to go up against the system. They don't want to face no backlash. They don't want to face no retaliation. They're just go ahead and let their family be thrown to the wolves without, seeking justice. These people sought justice and they weren't going to stop until they received justice. So, it's a blessing that all of these things are happening positive in this case so far for them. And it's for their own efforts or their own original efforts, to initiate this, this whole explosion that, has led to all of these arrests and indictments and things of this nature. And hopefully lead to some real deal convictions, where this whole case be a slam dunk. And again, be the perfect example of how the justice system is supposed to work in this damn country.
Indictment says Johnson, quote, showed favor and affection to Greg McMichael during the investigation. Now, that's what the indictment calls violation of oath. McMichael had previously worked for the Johnson's office.
So in that time, weeks and weeks go by and you're waiting. Did your family feel like there was a cover-up going on?
His mom felt like something wasn't right. My brother did as well. I just knew something wasn't right with that because they should have been arrested, because if it was someone else, they would have been arrested the same day and it would have been a court hearing and everything for them.
Exactly. Point blank, period. I mean, that's just textbook in any type of case like that. You gonna get arrested and motherfuckers gonna interrogate you. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was some shit where it was self-defense for real or whatever the fuck, and they ultimately let you go or some shit, you at the least bit gonna get arrested and fucking questioned and shit. None of this took place for these motherfuckers. The shit was sickening. This lily white supremacist woman was the catalyst behind protecting these white supremacist race soldier ass pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? So she's just as much to blame. And like I said, it couldn't happen to a better person. It's duly and justly, she should have been indicted, and she earned her indictment. And she earns the conviction that should follow this fucking indictment.
But it always worked out on time. And I just thank God that she has been indicted. and waiting for the next steps of conviction.
Gregory and Travis McMichael, a father and son, and their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan Jr., they are all awaiting trial this fall. They chased and killed 25-year-old Arbery last year as he ran in their neighborhood outside coastal Brunswick. Jury selection is scheduled to start October 18th.
But I always say God works in mysterious ways, and he's always on time. And he was on time because it's right before trial in October. So it's just been a very, very emotional, but a great day for me and the family.
Attorney General Chris Carr says in a statement, our office is committed to ensuring those who are entrusted to serve are carrying out their duties ethically and honestly. While an indictment was returned today, our file is not closed, and we will continue to investigate in order to pursue justice.
So yeah, there you have it with that. This lady was, basically manipulating the case, doing all type of behind the scenes bullshit, trying to protect these cocksuckers, trying to protect these fucking racist ass white supremacist motherfuckers that executed that, that young man, so callously, that case is real sad. All these cases that's been happening to, our black people in the black community, all this shit is sad and it's fucked up, and the shit gotta come to an end. But we gotta keep racking up these convictions. We gotta show these white supremacist motherfuckers that, y'all do the crime, y'all gonna do the time and shit. Stop letting motherfuckers get off with a slap on the wrist like Amber Geiger and shit. The family got to get on code and go hard and ask for their fucking justice and shit, instead of going in there talking about we forgive and give them a light sentence and give them a hug and all of that bullshit. We got to stay on these supremacists' necks, and we can't let off of it. Like I say, the Arbery family, they fueled that, and and it's paying dividends to them now, the efforts that they put in, and like I say, I commend them in their efforts. For this lily white supremacist, pasty face, pale face bitch, she getting everything she fucking deserve and shit, and I'm hoping and praying that she don't weasel out of this shit, and this bitch get time and everything too. This bitch got a felony and all this other motherfucking shit. Don't get this bitch probation, none of that shit. Get this bitch motherfucking time too. Because this bitch is just as much an accomplice and a catalyst to this shit by obstructing justice, interfering, trying to do little bullshit like passing the case off to a motherfucker that she already knew. She knew it was a conflict of interest for her. So what she did, pass the case specifically to another prosecutor that she knew, viewed the case as self-defense, which is fucking ridiculous. Another white supremacist, one of our white supremacist buddies. You know what I'm saying? But the shit they tried to put on was typical white supremacist bullshit, getting on call with each other, having each other's back, circling the motherfucking wagons and shit. Not disagreeing with, they fellow white supremacists and going along with any bullshit they say or do and justifying the shit. But, now you got some real motherfuckers and got in they ass, and you got some real deal motherfuckers handling this case because, who's ever pulling these strings and shit like that, they actually are producing justice on this case, at least so far from what I see. And, I gotta commend who's ever pulling these strings and making these decisions, because it's a huge decision. That's a blockbuster decision to indict the fucking prosecutor and shit. That shit is unheard of. No matter what prosecutors do, they don't get touched. That's just the fact of the way the American justice system works. It has to be some real gross misconduct and shit for them to get touched, and it's normally not because of their behavior as far as mistreating fucking the way they handle cases. It might be some old extortion shit, or some straight up illegal shit. not them just fucking over, you know what I'm saying, the citizens and shit. They normally let them just get away with that carte blanche. But the buck stopped here with this bitch, you know what I'm saying? They actually pulled the trigger on him, and like I say, I commend them even for that. You know what I'm saying? But like the Arbery family is doing, you know, we still gotta stay weary, still gotta keep our head on a swivel. We still, you know what I'm saying, got to watch everything like a motherfucking hawk and make sure ain't no missteps, make sure they don't let none of these cocksuckers weasel or whittle their way away from no motherfucking shit. Ain't no more George Zimmerman action happening around this bitch. And if they do some George Zimmerman shit, nigga, we got to motherfucking make motherfuckers feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit went downhill when it wasn't no consequences to George Zimmerman actions. You know what I'm saying? I always say the George Zimmerman shit was a catalyst to a lot of bullshit happening in this motherfucking country as far as hate crimes against the black community and shit. And us not receiving justice in these criminal in these court cases and shit, you know what I'm saying, with these white supremacist attacks. You know what I'm saying? George Zimmerman opened a can of worms and shit. And now it looks like we're starting, you know, maybe to actually get a hold on this shit that this motherfucker exposed in our fucking society and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit he brought to light in the movement that he created and shit. You know. But yeah, it's your man, Old Man Winter. There's been another episode of No Holds Barred. My people, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're enjoying the content and you want more, come on and subscribe. You know, let's get these subscribers numbers up and share, you know what I'm saying, share the content because, you know, the way the channel is going to grow, you know what I'm saying, the way we're going to expand, the way we're going to get it to where we want to get it is we sharing and, you know what I'm saying, we increasing, you know, the community so we can have a nice, big, thriving community, you know what I'm saying, and we can do various things with that. But again, it's your man, Old Man Winter, and we out. Peace.